Hi, this is Melanie Daly, your back pain personal trainer, and this exercise is called Tabletop Leg Extensions. So it's a core exercise. We're working on pelvic control here. Now, you should already have been working on your pelvic tilt movement because this is a building block upon that, all right? So we'll do a short review of the pelvic tilt and then we'll move into the tabletop leg extension. So to start, you'll be laying on your mat, knees are bent, close. And to review the pelvic tilt, we're flattening the back, reversing that arch in the back, and tucking up the tailbone. Again, we're not lifting the low back, we're not lifting the hips, just a very tiny movement, tucking the tailbone. That should engage your core. Now instead here, we're gonna have the legs at a tabletop position. You can cross them if you want or leave them like that. Now here you already might have fallen back into that arched position. It might be hard to tell here. But so you're gonna lift again to flatten the back and tuck the tailbone up. So back and forth, just so you can see, this is how tiny the movement is. You don't wanna be using momentum. It's not that big of a movement. Just that lower core working to lift the tailbone. All right, so we're reversing that arch in the back. Now what we're doing is we're learning to hold and control that pelvic position, trying to avoid arching the low back as we lower and extend the legs out straight in front of us. So we're gonna lift and then lower slowly with control, straightening out the legs only as far as you can before you feel any shift happening here. Pull back in with control. So again, only go as far as you can before your low back wants to start to arch. So I always suggest super small ranges of motion to start. People are always tempted to want to come here, but then they just lost that arch the back. So go smaller range, and it's much more effective. You'll actually be isolating your core. You'll avoid overusing the low back. Just gonna keep you nice and safe and build core strength. And so you can readjust that tuck each time. See how I'm re-pulling up? Again, it's a tiny movement. I'm not using momentum. Tuck and then try to extend as far out as you can. No shift happening in the back and back in. All right, so that is tabletop leg extension.